Welcome to Truth and Transcendence. You can find all our other episodes on truthandtranscendence.com. And you can find out what else I'm doing on beingspace.world. And Freedom of Spirit that you've heard me talking about is on freedomofspirit.world. So pop over there and have a look. So here's a thought experiment. What if we thought of everyone, all the important people in our lives, what if we thought of all of them as clients? So if we think of the chap who does the garden as a client, then we realize that in order for him to do his work, we have a responsibility to provide him with whatever he needs. So we have a responsibility to provide him with clear direction when we want to give direction, or if what he needs is a free rein, and if that's how you want to do it, then we need to give a free rein and not keep popping in and interfering and wasting his time. The person who comes and cleans the house, same thing. Do we want to make their life easier by clearing all the rubbish out of the way before they arrive, or are we just going to leave everything in absolute shambles and then get upset when they can't clean because they can't get to anything? Obviously, our actual clients are our clients, and we should treat them with respect and take care of them as well. But what about yet another form of client, which is oneself? I was thinking about this morning as I was having a shower and washing my hair, and thinking, supposing I just saw myself as one of my clients. So if I'm one of my clients, then what do I need to give myself? Well, I need to give myself regular yoga. I need to give myself proper, bathing, taking care of my body, proper food. I need to order decent organic food. I need to clothe myself properly, look after my teeth, look after my hair. I went to the dentist yesterday for it was one of the best dentist appointments I've had in my life. It was astonishing. There was no lecturing, no put downs, and they didn't put any nasty chemicals into my mouth, which I've requested they don't do. So, and they didn't kind of try and talk to me while they were doing what they were doing, which I find very hard to cope with when you can't speak, when your mouth is full of all kinds of weird equipment. They did a really, really good job, but afterwards my mouth felt absolutely wrenched, aching from all the kind of wrenching around that was necessary for them to do. Anyway, so if I see the dentist as a client as well, then how do I treat them as a client? Well, I actually brush my teeth before going to the dentist, so they're not having to deal with bits of food in my mouth. I bother to put on nice, clean clothes, do my face, do my hair, so that when I walk in, it just doesn't look like I have no respect for them at all. I do my best to keep still when they need me to keep still. I use my breathing to settle myself down, to help them to do what they need to do. I thank them afterwards for doing it. I pay them promptly. This is treating the dentist like a client, treating them with respect, with care. And I realize that if I think of all of these different people as clients, that then brings me into a certain kind of alignment. It's an alignment of service, respect, consideration, support, gratitude. And if I actually apply that to all these people, and I include friends, relatives, neighbors, the cats, if I apply that to everybody, that puts me into a lovely space of feeling really, really good about myself and good about how I'm relating to all these different organic entities in my life. Same with all the weird pond life in the pond. If I make a point when we pull out the dead pondweed, picking off all the water snails and dropping them back in, treating them with respect and care. So it actually completely removes any sense of hierarchy or power over. Because I think most of us have been taught as we grew up to view everyone actually and everything in a kind of a hierarchical scale. who's got the power, who's in charge, who's better. But actually, I don't find that nourishing as a point of view. I find that fragmenting, if anything. That brings me out of alignment with myself. So if you consider this in your own life, if you considered everyone that you're dealing with on a regular basis, if you think of them as a client, and then you're looking at how can they be treated with respect, care, support, and how can the relationship be equitable? Because it needs to be equitable with our clients. So that's a thought experiment for the week. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful and equitable week. And I look forward to seeing you next time.